back at Arrowhead, always a raucous scene as they get ready for kickoff. Football will be coming to the Chiefs first. Let's go down to Tracy.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. Lamar Jackson will make his 4th straight start. RG3 will back him up. As you mentioned, Joe Flacco inactive again, still dealing with that right hip injury. I spoke with John Harbaugh before the game, though. He did practice fully on Friday for the first time. He was cleared by doctors, but he felt in terms of the game plan, he just wasn't quite ready yet. Harbaugh told me he does not want to discuss who will be the starter going forward, but he does expect to have Joe Flacco back next week. Jim?
Okay, so they'll be back next week in action at home against Tampa Bay. But meantime, interesting little decision made here by the Ravens off the top. They won the toss and deferred, so they're going to put the football in the hands of Mahomes and this highest scoring offense in the league at home.
You know what that tells me? They are confident in their defense. Now, everyone thinks they come into Kansas City and you don't know their speed until you play them. But I think Baltimore, they're not going to let you use their speed. They're coming after you with everything they got.
So a low driving kick that bounces right past Trayvon Smith for the touchback. And not only are you bringing out the highest scoring team in the league, but the best in the league when it comes to opening possession drives for scores. Mahomes has led them to 7 opening drive touchdowns this year. With 5 touchdown passes, he's run for another. So they showcase their explosiveness right off the top, wasting no time on most occasions.
Last week, Baltimore came in to Atlanta with Matt Ryan, Julio Jones. They ran cover 0, which means all-out pressure, no help anybody on the first play of the game. They are not scared. They call plays like nobody else in the National Football League.
So they'll start out here, moving Harris over to the right side. And they throw it to Harris, who stumbles. He missed some practice time this week with a knee and an illness. But he has the catch for just a gain of 3. Chiefs, and as you look at the offensive lineup, so happy to have Mitch Morse back last week. He had missed a chunk of the season because of a concussion to center.
Well, and that communication's key today. We talked about before the game. Patrick Mahomes, he's young. He's so gifted, so great and everything. But today's going to be a challenge. I deem who's blocking who against these fronts when Baltimore gets a lot of people around the line of scrimmage.
Seal coming around, but they'll run it up the middle with Ware. Ravens on him pretty quickly. Picks up about 4. Owasso with the tackle, and here is the Baltimore defense of Don Wink Martindale, the first-year defensive coordinator who served before that 6 years as their linebacker coach. When they're #1 in total defense, Tony, #1 in fewest yards per play in the league. When they just got 3rd against the rush, 2nd against the pass. It's top to bottom, it's just greatness.
Yeah, it's good if you're #1 in scoring and yards. That usually means you're pretty good. This is going to be a big test for them, though, against this Chiefs offense.
3rd and 3. Damian Williams comes in as a back. It's completed to Kelsey. So they're able to convert. And a pileup at the 40-yard line and a new set of downs after the 8-yard play.
Wonderful job. Kelsey finding the soft spot in the zone right there. And Mahomes works his way right through the progression. Quiet feet. Well done. First down.
Kelsey last week, career numbers at Oakland with 12 catches, 168 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. And that was his 80th reception of the season. It's Ware. And hit first by Michael Pierce, who you highlighted in the open.
Yeah, I said if you're running in between the tackles, you're going to get lucky once in a while, but you're not going to consistently do it. Michael Pierce controls the middle of that line of scrimmage. He's an unsung hero, and you are not running it downhill at him when he's in that football game, as you saw right there.
Williams comes into the backfield for Mahomes.
Oh, can he ID everyone the right way? Is he going to block the right people on this?
Weddle ran up and then retreated, and here's a pass underneath, and it's Kelsey again. They tried to strip it out of his hands, but he holds on, and Suggs brings him down. It was Humphrey who tried to reach in and take it out of the firm hands of Kelsey.
Well, Eric Weddle's going to blitz. Watch this game. He gets the blitz picked up. Mahomes does. So Weddle goes back and says, okay, you blitz. I'll take your guy. So then all of a sudden, here comes the corner. Nobody in the NFL does it like the Ravens. That's Really, really high-level communication for this football team to be able to do things like that. Puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Good job there by Mahomes, though.
Oh, 2 first downs picked up by Kansas City, both on catches by Kelsey. And now at the Ravens 47. Take the reverse, look long. Able to throw it away for the incompletion as they were about to collide with the quarterback. Tony, in your tape room, what did you see?
Well, we just saw last week cover 2 by the Raiders. They're going to go ahead and line up, and that's why Kelsey had the big week. Tight end over the middle with 2 high safeties. Well, you figure out what the Ravens are playing. They're going here, this guy's going there. He's hitting him, safety's coming downhill, look like cover 2. It's really hard on opposing quarterbacks, and then they pressure out of the same looks. You're going to see that. Mahomes, he can get out of the pocket and make big plays and beat you if you don't hit him early in the right after the snap.
2nd and 10. Mahomes pass should have been caught right in the hands of Robinson. Smith on the coverage. The pass was zipped right in there.
This is a great throw on the outside. Smith does a good job getting his hand right in there, and Robinson really... Oh, no, just
you got to give Smith a credit there.
These corners are playing outstanding, though. In the John Harbaugh era, he says this might be his deepest and best secondary he's had.
They gave the secondary, each one of them, game ball last week when they held the passing attack of Atlanta to 97 total yards.
Look how many guys are near the line, Jim. Who's coming, who's not?
3rd and 10. Pressure. Mahomes unleashes. And Mahomes is flattened, but is able to get to his feet. That was Judon, Matthew Judon, who knocked him down, and the Ravens defense is able to take him off the field after a couple of first downs.
Well, Patrick Mahomes has to make decisions at the line of scrimmage on who to block, and you see him getting hit there by Judon. And they had a double move, but Tyreek Hill was double covered there. He got held, but Weddle was over the top. To me, on that specific case, the chess match was won by Baltimore.
Here's Colquitt. A fair catch made by Jones at the 17. Now it'll be Lamar Jackson's turn to come out for the Ravens' first series. We're back in Kansas City. The Ravens defense did what it was asked to do. Able to take the Chiefs off the field after deferring on the opening kick. So now Lamar Jackson, with his 4th consecutive start, keeps it. Ford racing after him, along with Parker, and he's got a gain of 5. So under Jackson, it's really been a ball control, time of possession based offense. They've averaged over 37 minutes of possession time in the 3 games, and they've rushed for over 200 yards on every occasion.
Well, it's very difficult to deal with when you have the #1 defense in the league and you can run the football. Good luck beating this team consistently, and that's crazy because everyone knows how good Kansas City is. But Jim, this is how you win in December and January, but it's only been for 3 weeks.
Play action on 2nd down, and throws it, and it was a good throw. And it is caught by Crabtree for the 1st down. A couple of defenders in the area, but the pass was precise. This Ravens offense without Alex Lewis at left guard, and James Hurst is back after missing a handful of games with a back injury. So they move Hurst, and you see him 74 into the lineup at left guard for Lewis, who's out with a shoulder. And they're happy to have Hurst back on the field.
You're going to see a lot of this front with these big guys inside, really condensed, trying to take away the inside run.
That's Gus Edwards with the carry. The undrafted rookie picks up 3. Bob Sutton's defense. The numbers are not spectacular by any means. 31st defense as far as yardage allowed, but they do get pressure on the quarterback, 2nd in the league in sacking the quarterback.
And guess what? When you're playing with a lead, that's a good thing because that means the other team's going to try and throw the ball a lot. You're exactly right. That's their strength. Problem is, in this game, Kansas City needs to score early, and it's really going to make it hard on Baltimore. If they don't, this game could be close all the way through.
That's Robert Griffin. The 3rd was in the lineup as a receiver, and that pass knocked down. Well done by Fuller, denying the throw to Andrews. So they lined up RG3 on that play as a wideout, and they went to the tight end, incomplete.
Yeah, and it's actually a pretty good throw. It's just Fuller does a good job getting his hand on the ball. And Andrews runs a pretty good route, but just not enough burst to create enough separation.
Last week was Jackson's first road start, but this is immeasurably louder here than it was last week.
Yeah, and this is where you want to protect the young quarterback. You have a great defense. Don't get too exotic on offense.
3rd and 7. There's the pressure, and he's sacked back at the 26-yard line as Chris Jones now has a sack, at least one sack in 10 straight games.
And you talked about that pass rush, Jim. First time they really get an opportunity to know you're passing. Justin Houston off the edge. Jones. Man, Jones and D. Ford are playing outstanding football this year. They wreak havoc all over the field. If you're passing and they know it, watch out.
Sam Cook in to punt. Averages 47 yards a boot. That's Hill. Takes it just a step in bounds. A little wiggle and a slip. That's twice now we've seen 2 players slip on the surface. Harris did on the first play of the game in that same area. 51-yard boot. Mahomes and company coming out for a second time.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Macy's. The Spark Cash Card from Capital One. And by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the NFL.
The World War I Museum right here in Kansas City. The 2 quarterbacks. Part of the future of the league, no doubt, with the great records beginning their career. Second year for Mahomes. After sitting last year behind Alex Smith and learning so much. But look what he's done now once he was handed the job this year. The 41 touchdown passes equals what Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers have combined for this season. That's amazing.
Yeah, you would have won a lot of money if you'd have bet on that before the year started. That's, you know, he's incredible, and he's in a great system with great players around him, and this is just so hard to defend this offense. I mean, it really is just, they're good everywhere.
2nd and 5. And they toss it to Hill. Tyreek turns around the corner past Weddle and picks up the first down. Wasn't a whole lot there, but that one shift and wiggle, something to behold.
Yeah, well, this is where, like, let's go ahead and show how good Hill is. He's insane. Talk about Mahomes, how good he is. And then let's throw Andy Reid's scheme in on top of it. Good luck defenses trying to figure out what to take away each week, each play. Hill didn't get a lot of touches last week. Obviously, it's a point of emphasis this week early in the game. Just the way they're motioning him and using him in different spots.
Caught only 1 ball in the game at Oakland for 13 yards, but what a season he's had. Over 1,100 and 11 touchdowns. Mahomes being chased by Suggs. Sidearms it, incomplete. Boy, Suggs busted across quickly, and he's still bringing it in his 16th year.
Well, and another pressure look out of this defense. You'll see an extra rusher here, and Baltimore's not afraid. 1st, 2nd down, they're going to pressure. They trust these corners, and they have exotic coverages behind them. It's every week we go in, I'm like, Chiefs are going to run right in the end zone all game against this team. They're going to throw it everywhere. This week, it is going to be a challenge.
Here's a 2nd and 10. And Mahomes gets hit by Smith. The crowd wanted a flag. There isn't one.
That was close. Could have been a call earlier on a hold on Hill. The snap kind of makes it difficult on Mahomes, who was trying to just. That's close. Here we go, 3rd down.
3rd and 8. And needing to get out past the 45 for the first.
See all the guys at the line of scrimmage? Do you ID the right guys? Who's coming, who's not? Or do you just call a screen?
Going to the sideline. Look at Kelsey reach up and grab it for a 1st down. That's 3 times now that the Chiefs have picked up the first on all 3 occasions on receptions by Kelce.
Well, just a great job stacking the receiver and then breaking out. And it's a perfect play call. And Levine just can't get out there. Look at that. He's so big and tall, and the throw. And there's a guy coming free right behind Mahomes here. And he throws that, doesn't even have to step through it. High on the sideline.
And we met with Kelce this week. He said it's all about 1-5. Talking about his quarterback. He says he puts it right in my radius. Worked 3 times so far. There's Mahomes again with pressure. Able to get it away quickly to Conley, who was able to regain his balance, pick up an extra couple of yards, and a gain of about 7 or 8.
This is the one part where it's really exciting to watch. See the chip by Conley? He chips to help in the protection. Baltimore blitzes 8 guys, 7 guys on 1st and 10. Nobody does that, Jim. And they do that saying, go ahead, get the ball out. We're going to rally and tackle. If you miss the tackle, those are touchdowns.
Garrett Dieter has come in as he moves over to the right side. Saw his first NFL game action last week. Set up the screen. And that is Ware taking it inside the 30.
Look at this play. I'm going to fake it to you. Now I'm going to fake it to you. And then we're going to throw it back over here. It's just so much misdirection. And it's really hard to deal with. And you put talent around it.
So they see he's now 6 out of 10, had a 4 incompletion stretch, which matched his longest of the season. But then the throw to Kelce to extend the drive, and now they're inside the Baltimore 30 with an empty backfield and a toss over to Williams. And a lot of Ravens are waiting for him. Gain of only 1.
Well, that was they get up in empty formation. No running back in the backfield. And Mahomes signals we're running a screen out there to the running back. So we're going to do that. The problem was Baltimore decided not to blitz on that one. Any other place they would have been perfect against. Ooh, Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill is on the sideline. Ooh. Looks as though his left wrist is the issue. 2nd and on 9. Mahomes lofts it, pulled down. Again, it's Kelce. Another first down with that throw and catch. There wasn't a whole lot there, but Brandon Carr's coverage, but it picks up 15.
This is all, it's actually great defense by Carr, but this is all Kelce and all Mahomes. This is backyard football. And where Hill, you can see the previous play. Oh, helmet on his left wrist there. Did you see that, Jim?
Yeah, I did. He got sandwiched in between the 2 defenders trying to throw a block. So he is still in agony on that sideline. Meanwhile, Mahomes, his last 5 plays, 5 completions with a new set of downs. The more pressure. Flings it. And a flag this time, as Humphrey was holding on to Kelce.
It's a double move to the corner by Kelce that only receivers run. But he was getting held on this play. Watch. He goes inside. And
pass interference. Defense number 29. The ball be placed at spot of the foul and an automatic first down.
There's like 4 holds on that play.
No kidding. At what point did he throw the flag?
Someone's like uncatchable. I was like, well, yeah, because he's holding them from the moment it was from the 1 on.
Well, they call it interference, though, so they put the football at the 1. Damian Williams, who hasn't scored a touchdown this season. He's the running back. He gets the football, and he's across for the Kansas City touchdown.
All the misdirection, and then all of a sudden they just come back and run it right at you. And the funny thing is, look at that hole on that right side. It's so open, and it's almost because you can't take away everything, and you're so worried about, you know, the ability of misdirection. I mean, That shows you the confidence. Pierce wasn't in the game there for Baltimore, thinking there's something else besides a run.
Andrew Wiley with a tremendous block. And now, extra point is good. 75 yards in 10 plays. It ends with Damian Williams, the former Dolphin, taking it home from a yard out. Tyreek Hill injured on that touchdown drive for the Chiefs. He had the helmet on. Now he's retreated to the bench. Tracy will have an update on that in just a moment. But the second drive of the game for Kansas City produces a touchdown. And now Butker, who has more touchbacks. Of course, he's had a lot of opportunities to kick off for the 58th time this season. He delivers the touchback. Tracy, what do you hear on Hill?
Well, Jim, you saw him in a lot of pain. They rubbed some ointment on it. Andy Reid came over to talk to him to see how he was doing. They handed him a football to grip, to squeeze, and then I was given a thumbs up. So it looks as though he's going to try and go back in, guys.
Okay. Well, he's just such a vital part of what they do here. He's such a threat.
Well, there's three monster guys, right? You got Mahomes, Hill, and Kelsey on that offense. And Hill is the one that defenses change everything for. It's that guy's the #1 guy.
Handoff to Edwards, who bulldozes ahead for 8. Tonight on CBS, can a friend's suggestion bring a father and son together? New God Friended Me tonight after 60 minutes, only CBS.
Well, this is an important drive for Baltimore. You get down, 14. This offense is not built to throw the football and come from behind. They want a time of possession, leading the league the last 3 weeks. They play with the lead.
Here's a 2nd and 2. Kansas City showing all kinds of movement on that defense. They take the handoff to Montgomery, and Jackson still has it. Slips past some defenders and shows off that speed. He raced right past Ron Parker. So the Ravens' biggest play here early in the game goes for 21.
Well, you'll see that linebackers trying to move the D-line, move over. Too late. Now there's a gaping hole. They're one gap off. Lamar finds it and runs right up the side. Oh, look at that.
A Lamar is born.
I feel like that's a play on words. I can't tell.
Off your favorite movie.
Look at that.
Most yards by quarterback. First 3 career starts. Jackson #1. Just picked up 21. This time he does hand it off up the middle to Edwards, who's got another gain of about 6. Edwards has had a pretty good stretch too these 3 games.
Yeah, he has. He's really done a great job coming downhill. On this specific play, watch D Ford. This is the zone option right here. The read by the quarterback. D Ford had to play both, and he didn't know what to do. It's a really tough spot. And you want to key as an offense on the one guy who you feel like is just going to hope and guess instead of do his job every time. 2nd
and 4, and this is Dixon. He came back last week off of IR, and he showed some flashes last week and a nice little run with his first handle today. Good for 14.
This is why we talked about last week. Just a simple handoff. The problem is this O-line's pretty good. The quarterback can run the ball, so you're always accounting for him. And you don't want to give up a big play on defense. It's a tough little thing to go against. But last week, you don't want to play this team in the playoffs, do you?
No.
#1 defense who can
that
run the football.
That is some combo.
It's tough.
1st and 10, and another big chunk of yardage picked up by Edwards, who became the starter the same week Lamar Jackson did, and he was over 100 yards the first 2 weeks and over 80 last week.
Well, he kept the ball last time. This time he gives it. And all the defenders have to kind of play 2 ways. Like, okay, should I come out of this? Did Lamar keep it on this one or not? And then they're half a tick late.
Final seconds of the first quarter. Nice drive being put together here by Baltimore. 61 yards rushing on this drive, and they'll run it one more time with Jackson keeping it. Blocker out in front. Jackson takes it down to the 4 to close out quarter #1. Nick Boyle with a great block. Kansas City scored in the first quarter for the 18th straight game. That's the longest streak in team history, scoring in the opening quarter. 7-0 after 1.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. Try our game day menu. And by Microsoft Surface.
As you see some more examples of the players across the league supporting charitable causes through their custom designed cleats. My cause, my cleats. Our second quarter begins with the Ravens. 2nd and 1. Handoff. Good enough for the first. It's Edwards stacked up close to the 3.
Well, when you play against these dynamic offenses, you know, that come around every few years, you got to score touchdowns if you're going to beat them, especially in their place. We know the Chiefs are going to score. We know the Ravens defense is good, so they may not score 45. But the Chiefs are going to score today. The Ravens, if they're going to win this football game, they've got to score touchdowns down here, and they need to consistently do what they did in this drive, time of possession, keep the offense off the field, and finish with touchdowns.
Here they hand it off to Dixon, and he jumps across for a touchdown. Baltimore puts together one impressive drive on the ground. They go 75 yards in 8 plays. All 8 plays were runs.
No one's doing this. I mean, Seattle's trying to do this over there. But, I mean, if a team can really run, look at the kick out there by Hurst, the left guard just opening the lane. That's a huge hole. You're barely getting hit in the leg. 3 yards downfield, just. Boy, I wonder what Baltimore's record would be if they just ran this style of play all year. Now, at some point, they would figure it out. It's almost a benefit that it's this late in the year if they can get in the playoffs. He's in.
And Kenny Dixon just coming back again. He injured his knee week 1, went on IR. And once he went on IR, that's when they brought back Gus Edwards, who they had cut in the preseason. But Dixon comes back, and he's got some explosiveness. He had a nice 14-yard run on that drive as well, plus the touchdown. Third-year player out of Louisiana Tech is Dixon. Now Tucker. Extra point. Ties the game at 7. So Tyreek Hill, will he come back when the Chiefs get the football in a moment? And as you see this Kansas City defense, they just don't see teams do this in the NFL. Just run 8 plays down the field, all rushes.
And they do it pretty consistently in the last 3-4 weeks, and it's impressive. But you know what else is impressive?
Well, you got Hill coming back. That's impressive. And this offense.
You're exactly right. Look at Hill on these motions. You run this right, you come back across the field, and the quarterback will just run a little triple option, just your run-of-the-mill, you know, NFL stuff. And then you got a guy with incredible juice on the outside that's really hard to tackle one-on-one. It's a real treat to watch what they come up with each week.
Hill moves over to the right side. As they handle it now for the 3rd time in the game. With again pressure on Mahomes, who's able to fling it all the way to the opposing 37. He got knocked down.
This is where they thought they could see the tight ends. They thought they could slide the line and get the edge set so Mahomes can change the pocket. The problem is Baltimore blitzes. And so when you blitz a lot, there's a guy who gets to slide through in that little gap. And last week and a lot of other weeks, they've moved that pocket so that way Mahomes can take shots downfield. That has not been the case today. The blitz is eliminating that. And this is different. This so far has been different. Even though they scored, it's been harder for Kansas City at home here than some of the other ones.
Timeout for Mahomes.
Kansas City, they're first.
Some confusion after they broke huddle. Here's some of the things that Patrick Mahomes has been able to accomplish this year. Yeah, he broke Lynn Dawson's single-season franchise record. He's already at 41 now. He's blown that one out. 300-yard games. Trent Green used to have the record. He's ahead of Trent's pace from that 04 season as far as pass yards. This would not be our colleague at CBS, Trent Green's favorite graphic, I'm guessing. He's ahead of his pace on completions, and he's working on this, which would be the first Super Bowl title for Kansas City and this great organization for this wonderful city.
Well, they can do it.
Since 1969. Here they're able to throw it over to Harris. Does a good job picking up an extra few yards for a first, and a flag comes out as Humphrey is going to be flagged here.
Humphrey should have been flagged 4 times probably in this game. He's only got 2, but he has had a not good start to this football game.
Personal foul, defense number 29, lowering of the head to initiate contact. This 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play and an automatic first down.
So you get 11 yards on the play, another 15 on the penalty.
Well, you just see right there, just Harris does a good job making a move.
Gene Steratore is back in the studio in New York, and you saw this, Gene.
And I think it's a good call, Jim, and here's why. I think when the defender does break down before he starts to initiate, he does have time to make a decision, and he lowers that helmet, which is the trigger to get an official's eye for that helmet contact.
They're coming the other way. Thank you, Gene. They get it over to Ware. Able to break a tackle with Jimmy Smith. Pick up an additional couple yards. Picks up 5 overall.
Well, this is what I thought was going to be the key to the game for the Ravens and the Chiefs. Watch all the direction going this way, and then you're going to see a screen back over here. And what happens is when Tyreek Hill and Kelsey are on the right, and you throw back left, all the Ravens are on the right. So really well done by Baltimore to tackle there, but that play was wide open. Could have gone for a touchdown.
2nd and 5, and it's Ware to a tiny crease. Able to pick up another first down near the 35. Gain of 9. I mean, Spencer Ware in his 5th year out of LSU. He missed all of last season with an ACL tear in the preseason, but had led them in 2016 in rushing. And last week against Oakland, first game he reassumed the starting position once Hunt was cut from the team. Put 47 yards up, including a touchdown.
And he's kind of been a 3rd down guy anyway. That's his role, and so just more carries in this offense.
There he gets a carry on 1st down.
And this offense,
3.
do you remember all those years when they would complain about Andy Reid throwing the ball too much? He's like, oh, he's throwing it too much. He doesn't like to run the ball. Well, the whole league is going to that. Everyone's trying to do that, except for Baltimore.
Except for Baltimore.
And Seattle. But the whole league's trying to, for the most part, throw the ball way more. The analytics go for it on 4th down, blah, blah, blah. Andy Reid was so ahead of the curve on that, and he got blasted for it before. Now, they'll go 20 passes in a row, and it's like, yep, good job. They do it in the screen game. They do different ways to throw the ball short, just like it's a run.
2nd and 8. His offense moving again. Aided by a penalty on this drive. Across the middle, incomplete. For Kelsey, so it'll set up 3rd down. And what you're saying, though, found Andy, is that he has found a way. Sure, he's always been an open-minded offensive, kind of a genius, if you will, going back to his Philadelphia days. But I think as he's evolved as a coach, now the league's kind of coming to him.
I'm telling you, he was ahead of the curve years ago. If he gets a Super Bowl, I think Andy Reid goes way up the charts of the all-time head coaches. He just misses that, but he's always been ahead of the curve in the NFL, and people are really starting to see it now. He just needs that one thing on his resume. But he evolves constantly, and it's really, really unique for a guy at that tenure to do that.
Oh, knocked down by Suggs.
Boy, that looked like it hit him almost in the face mask. It was right in his hands. And they thought the blitz was coming. They throw the screen pass.
Oh, he almost was able to snag it. They're going to try a long-range field goal by Butker. 50 plus. Maybe 51.
You know, when it's this cold out, these 51s feel a lot more probably like 59, because you see the ball just dying sometimes out there.
Would be his longest of the season. Colquitt on the hold. And that kick, hooking at the last moment, but not enough. Ravens will take over at the 41. Wide right. Coming up, the Verizon halftime report. JB, Phil, Nate Boomer, and Coach Cowher. All the latest scores and highlights on the Verizon halftime report. Ravens take it over at the 41 as Edwards, again, a power back. And he motors ahead for about 4. This running game is already at 92 yards on the ground early in the second quarter.
And they're not going to stop either. They'll just keep running it. And when you have holes like this, I mean, look at those gaping holes in the run game. I mean, just as if we're in high school and one team is just bigger than the other. It's what it's looked like for 4 weeks.
2nd and 6. Jackson cuts and pivots and is able to pick up 3. He's only thrown 2 passes so far in the game, Tony. He's 1 of 2 for 12 yards.
You got to get him to 3rd down. If you're Kansas City, you got to load the box, sell out for the run, give up 1 or 2 big plays in the game for 30 yards, but ultimately get him to 3rd down and have to complete passes on 3rd and 4 or 5.
You see the last 3 games averaging 238, over 200 in all 3 of them. The last team to rush for over 200 yards in 4 straight games, New England, 1978.
Wow. They'll run the on these 3rd and 3s. If they pass it, you're winning, Kansas City.
Here's the throw, and he's on the mark. He's got the 1st down at the Kansas City 42-yard line. Willie Snead with the catch, and a flag at the end of it.
And that's going to be on Kansas City, I think.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 29, defense. Unnecessarily threw the player to the ground. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
He's wrong there. That's got to be on Sorensen, 49.
Yeah, 29, of course, is the one they want back out there. Eric Berry, who practiced this week but is inactive.
You're like, I haven't seen Berry out there, but
hey, how about he hasn't played since week 1 of 2017, but he's already got a penalty on him.
That's not a good stat.
They can't wait to have him back. He's such a tenacious player and a leader.
You know that.
Maybe it'll be next week. Most penalized team in the league, though, is Kansas City. That was their first flag today. Hand off to Edwards. Brought down by D. Ford. And for more on this, let's go to Tracy.
Well, Jim, I had a chance to speak with Eric Berry before the game, and you're right. He is just itching to get back out there. He's still so involved, breaking down the DB huddle pregame, teaching on the sideline. There was talk about him returning for this game, but he told me right now it's just about pain tolerance. The coaches will leave it up to him, but he doesn't want to go out there and have any setbacks. So right now it is just day to day, hoping to be back by Thursday, though, Jim.
Yeah, I'd love to see him back on the field. Everyone would. Former comeback player of the year in the league, and that pass is incomplete. Berry, who tore his Achilles week 1 in that victory Kansas City had to open the year at New England last year, and it's been nagging heel and foot issues that's prevented him from taking the field, but they do believe he's coming back soon.
And what a guy to come back. And to Tracy's point, she made talking about waiting. Well, they're coming back with a late season run. You know you're playing in the playoffs. You know you have time to wait on someone, especially with that ability and how important that is. If you can get him back, I mean, that's a monster difference for this football team late in the year at this time.
Now 3rd and 8. Baltimore has to throw, and another good one by Jackson as he zips it into John Brown's arms for 14 and a 1st just outside of the 10.
Well, Brown's going to come right across the middle. And you see his speed coming across. Throws a little behind him, but it doesn't actually have to be in front because he's so open. Scandrick just a little bit too far behind to make a play on the ball. That was a big conversion right there for Baltimore.
3rd and 8.
Two 3rd down passes.
Yeah.
That's where you think, okay, this is where you get them. They don't got Flacco in the game. This is where we can get them. Nope.
From the 11. On 1st down. Ty Montgomery, the former Packer, is stacked up. No gain for him. Nadi able to end that abruptly.
This, as the game continues to evolve, is what I think Kansas City needs to do. See these 3 guys inside? Keep getting lower, stay inside, and make it so that you eliminate that ability, and so you know the quarterback has to keep the ball and everyone else can play to the quarterback. That's what I think the adjustment will be for Kansas City, and you see it again. See those big guys inside? They're all way in there tight now. They're not wide and spread out.
2nd and 10. They're going to run right into the line. And that's Montgomery again. This time picks up 1. Alan Bailey got to him first. It'll be 3rd and 9 with an ability to pick up a first at the 1. But let's see what the Ravens can do. They've been successful on 3rd down on this drive.
Well, give Bob Sutton credit. Good adjustment. Pretty early in the game, and he's already adjusted that. And it's worked so far in the last couple of runs. Oh, they're going to come after him with everything. Nobody helping anybody. One-on-one down here, one-on-one up top.
It's Crabtree at the bottom. Jackson's pass. Had to get rid of it quickly, incomplete. Justin Houston busted across the line and made Jackson throw it way ahead of what he wanted to.
Well, Jackson, this is where a young quarterback, just throw to the right. The guy who's one-on-one, you can look at the pressure coming in your face. You got Crabtree over there. He's throwing to a guy on a route in the middle who has a route that's 10 yards downfield before he turns his head.
That was Eric Murray also, who came off the edge to force the incompletion. Brings out Justin Tucker from 28 yards. And Tucker, Mr. Reliable, kicks it through after a missed field goal by the Chiefs. The Ravens drive on a shortish field for a field goal of theirs, their own. We're back at Arrowhead. Each team had to punt on its first drive of the game. Each team scored a touchdown on the second drive, and each team attempted a field goal on their 3rd series. The Ravens made theirs to lead at 10-7. Super Bowl season on CBS continues with a doubleheader next week. Miami, Minnesota, the headliner early, will be in Pittsburgh for the big one. New England and the Steelers all getting started, of course, at noon Eastern with the NFL today. I'll tell you, we lost a great member of our CBS Sports family this week. Keith Johnson passed away. He had a career at CBS that spanned some 4 decades. He was responsible for many of the on-air promo copy that you often hear us read during our thousands of broadcasts of the year. Well, listen, there's a pass getting into the hands of Hill. And he's got a good gain, and looks like he's moved on from that early little shake-up and injury with his left wrist.
Roughing the passer, defense. 15-yard penalty be added to the end of the play.
This
automatic first down.
This is very difficult, Jim, because this is a run-pass option. And then the run-pass option, that's obviously not that hard of a hit, but he did pull him down, which is, well, watch this. It's a run-pass option. He's going to keep it and throw it to Kelsey. But the line is blocking downfield. And so only Mahomes goes all the way back and finds someone else. The O-line wasn't blocking a pass. That was a run. So obviously they're downfield, so they got away with one. And Baltimore, gets the penalty late, as they probably should. You can't throw him down.
That was on Wasso. So already to the Baltimore 42. As Ware cuts back and has an 8-yard run, thanks in part to the block by center Mitch Morse. That is Cam Irving, their left guard. So they have already called an official timeout as they attend to him. They take Cam Irving to the tent. Jeff Allen in for him at left guard, as the Chiefs have 2nd and 2, 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Turnaround handoff, and it's Ware who's got enough for a first down.
Simple draw play. Mahomes makes the defense feel like he's going to keep it, and allows Ware to have a little space.
This was a Kansas City rushing attack last week for the first time without Kareem Hunt, that put up 147 yards rushing But it was pretty equally dispersed, led by Mahomes, and yeah, about 50 on the ground.
And that's what we were talking about a little earlier. It's like they're going to miss Hunt for some of the tough extra yards, but
look at the Ravens. 5 of them around the ball carrier. We got an update. JP, take it away.
Miami answers back again.
Yeah, Brandon Bolden, the ex-Patriot, a 5-yard touchdown run, his second of the day. 5 lead changes. Miami takes the lead 21-20. And remember, New England is 1-4 their last 5 trips to Miami.
Back to Jim Nantz.
How about Brandon Bolden? He's had 2 carries in that game for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns against his old team. 2nd and 10 for Kansas City. Mahomes in trouble. He's wrapped up. Judon had him. Whistle first, though. So the play is over. And it's going to be a substantial loss back to the 40-yard line.
And they fool Mahomes with the coverage they haven't used in this game yet. And as he's going through the progression, you see Judon just continue to rush the passer. And he had a monster game against about 3-4 weeks ago coming out, and he's just continued to play great football. And look at him just shed. People are covered though. That safety was coming across from the other side of the field.
Hey, talking about Judon, he had sacks on 3 consecutive plays against Derek Carr a couple weeks ago. Here's Mahomes on 3rd and 19. Hill bounces off the hit. Can he get to the first? Yes, he does. Wow, what an effort. 3rd and 19, and they convert for 21.
Oh, just an exceptional job by Mahomes. Slide up in the pocket, reset, keep your eyes left, and then fire to Hill. And then Hill find that little wiggle room to get the first down. Right that slide, move the ball with 2 hands, perfect fundamentals. And then Hill does the rest with that extra gear. Oh, this team's never out of getting a first down.
No. First down. It's Williams, who scored the Chiefs touchdown in the first quarter. Yeah, it was what a play, because I tell you, Judon, I just mentioned his 3 consecutive plays with sacks against Oakland. Almost had 2 in a row, and he was getting awfully close on 2 occasions on that drop back to getting to Mahomes, who somehow was able to unload it right on the money to Hill.
It's impressive, and like you said, Judon played great. He's really come on. He's put the pressure. If they're rushing 4, he's the guy who's continually getting pressure in passing down situations. But right here, this is what I want to see. If I'm Baltimore, I'm like, line up an I formation, please. I don't want to see all your movement and everything else.
Have to deal with Mahomes again. And 2nd and 6, dropped by Anthony Sherman. Mosley was in on the coverage. Probably would have been enough of the first had he held on once he got tackled.
That was a good ball. Right out in front, little flick of the wrist. But fullbacks, they're not used to, you know, those little high, just 1 foot off. It's like you got to hit them right in their chest normally.
So let's make it 3rd and 6. Mahomes going to the end zone. For a Kansas City touchdown. And what does he have organized? Kelsey will give you a touchdown celebration.
Well, this is all Mahomes. Kelsey does a great job, but Mahomes gets Clark to move. He gets Clark to move with his eyes, and it gets Kelsey wide open versus his zone coverage. And man, that's when Kelsey told you 15, it's about him.
Yeah, 1-5, he called him. Extra point is good. 10th touchdown catch of the year for Kelsey. Back in 30 seconds after this from Farmers Insurance.
Parking splat, and we covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Earlier in this game, Travis Kelce became the first tight end in the history of the league to have 3 straight seasons with at least 80 catches and 1,000 yards. Did it with his first catch. Now he's got 10 touchdowns on the season to go with it.
He's just outstanding, and
what a weapon.
Big time weapon.
And meanwhile, Mahomes with his 42nd touchdown pass, which is the 9th most in a season all time. He's going to have a chance to make a run at the Manning single season record of 55.
That's insane that we're even talking about that.
Here's Chris Moore on the run back. Moore out to the 30, down the sideline, and Butker, the kicker, was able to force him out, but we got a flag back at the 30.
Those usually come back, don't they?
Almost 100% of the time.
Well, they're taking their sweet time, but they're just trying to figure out what yard line it was on.
There are 2 fouls on the return against the receiving team. Holding, receiving team, number 54. This penalty is declined. Holding, receiving team, number 48. This penalty is accepted. 10 yards, first down.
So instead of being somewhere near the 40, Harbaugh, the old special teams coach for Andy Reid in Philadelphia, will see his team now go back inside the 20.
Yes, and look at this. The cover 2 safety means he has the deep half. Well, Mahomes' eyes are looking right, so he stays there, and then he looks back left, and that's what opens up Kelce. That's high-level quarterback play to be able to come back on the backside to that. He's special, Jim.
2.5 to go in the first half. Running play with Dixon. Look at that stiff arm. Look at that effort. Broke away from Reggie Ragland and takes it for 15 total.
Now this is interesting because Kansas City's so dynamic on offense, you really cannot give them the ball back. I would take this down to the 2-minute. I'm a run offense and not a 2-minute offense.
Jackson keeps it. And he's tackled down by Anthony Hitchens. 2-minute warning, and now here's a special look at Clint Eastwood's The Mule in theaters Friday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new Wendy's Bacon Maple Chicken Sandwich. And by The Mule, starring Clint Eastwood, in theaters this Friday.
Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson back here at Arrowhead. You didn't like the Ravens running a play on the north side of the 2-minute warning.
Well, you got 3 timeouts. You have all the time in the world. The #1 job, I think, is to not give it back to Kansas City. I know you need extra plays because you're running offense, but you can't give this ball back to an explosive offense.
2nd and 8, and Kansas City swarms around Gus Edwards. And a timeout called by Kansas City.
That's exactly right. Kansas City they want you in 3rd and 8.
We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Lowe's.
Lowe's knows you're a craftsman guy. You have a lot of tools. Tools for everything you've done around the house. But there's the moment you realize your new project means new tools. When tool guys need new tools, they start with Lowe's, the new home of craftsmen.
Shop Lowe's and get a Craftsman 20-volt cordless drill for $69.
Kansas City crowd sensing its defense could make a stop and give Mahomes and company time here to do something before the intermission. Here's the 3rd and 8, and they're bringing it. Blitz, pass, incomplete. Crabtree's on the ground looking around, but he won't find a flag. Scandrick on the coverage. And the Chiefs will get the football back with about 1:40 to go in the half and 1 timeout.
Well, there's Crabtree on the outside. He's going to run in, and Jackson stays under duress, but it's really just a slip. I don't think he got held. Let's see right here. Scandrick's notorious for a little grab, but there's nothing. That's a slip.
Cook to punt it to Tyreek Hill. The Chiefs' first touchdown of this season was a Hill punt return for a touchdown in Los Angeles against the Chargers week 1. Of course, they'll be hosting the Chargers on Thursday night. Here he is from the 12. Watch out. Hill able to get past Moore, but well covered up by the Ravens. Not allowing them to get to the 20, including Buck Allen. The backup running back. 53-yard punt. Cook does his usual magic. Travis Kelce, though, putting up again big numbers, 5 for 68 and a touchdown.
Well, he's as complete as they get in the National Football League. He does everything well. He's a great target, has a great feel for the game. Instincts, high-level instincts, adjustment. Take that route high in the end zone. Don't flatten it. He knows how to do all those little things. Quarterback friendly, we call it.
We're good. Hey, rip. Color. Wait.
Here's Mahomes on first down. Works the middle. That's Robinson getting out of bounds. Able to weave through some traffic. Get near a first. Verizon halftime report is straight ahead. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and Coach Cowher scores and highlights. You saw the Dolphins go up 21-20 on the Patriots. Of course, the Patriots drove right back down the field and got a Gronkowski touchdown. There's still a couple minutes to go in the first half of that wild 127-21 Pats. That last play goes for a little more than 9, so 2nd and 1.
I think you'll see Baltimore tone down the blitzing until they get it past the 40, 45-yard line.
Mahomes connects it. It's Robinson for the 2nd straight play. Out to the 45, a gain of 17.
Look at the magic of the quarterback. Just Mahomes moving around, dancing, and then throws it like almost a no look. I mean, that's incredible.
No-look sidearm.
Oh, my gosh. How do you not like watching him play?
You set it down. Stepping away from the pressure. Again, zings it. Sidearm. Ware has it. Pushed out by Weddle. That was another amazing play. Ware is shaken up.
Oh, watch Mahomes. And I'm going to slide up here, and then I'm going to just flick it like a little side underarm toss and little hit there. This is the last throw. But you see Ware got hurt at the end of this. Oh.
Because of the injury, Kansas City will be charged with their 3rd and final timeout in the first half.
That's big. That's a big call right there. 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Weddle, when he pushed him out, got underneath the face guard in the neck area.
Yeah, he's down. Something obviously doesn't feel right.
Springs to his feet. They need him.
Yeah, they do.
They had to go out and bring back Charkandrick West on Monday. He was their leading rusher back in 2015, and he will be seeing action here in the end of the season. But he got cut in camp by Kansas City. Did West. He's inactive today. Just brought back 6 days ago. 1st and 10. Empty the backfield. Suggs was ready to get across.
I tell you what, this is just, I mean, how do you defend it? To me, you have to pressure him.
Encroachment, defense number 55. Unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Too early there by Suggs, and I think you have to just get rid of Mahomes' magic. You can't let him dance around and then just throw people open with this. I mean, he's creating stuff that nobody, you haven't seen in quite some time. If you pressure with a lot of guys, though, he's got to get the ball out of his hands and just double hill and see what happens.
1st and 5 from the 19. He's going to fling it over to Williams. He's a yard short of a first. Stops the clock with 52 seconds, and we go down to Tracy.
Well, Jim, they were looking at Spencer Ware's right shoulder, and now Tyreek Hill on the bench outside on the sidelines here. A small bench. They have his foot off. It's his right ankle they're looking at. They're about to put, I'm sorry, they have his cleat off. They're about to put his cleat back on, though. He is hobbling. He does not look like he is going to be able to make it without any help right now. Doc?
That's a big deal. What a series of injuries here. 2nd and 1. And that's complete. Remember, they have no timeouts. That's Kelsey.
That's why it's big, because now you still have plenty of time if you're Kansas City. You take your time here. You're just going to work the sidelines a little bit. But come after him if you're Baltimore and make sure Kelsey doesn't beat you now.
First down, Mahomes. Weighing options on the run. And Williams falls down. Mosley near him. No flag.
That's a good play, though. You don't want to run and get 2 yards and tackled in bounds.
Ooh. Hill already heading into the locker room. Second time he's been nicked in this game. And they turn around and play in a short week again, as I mentioned, a crucial game against the Chargers on Thursday night. 2nd and 10.
Timeout, Baltimore.
Baltimore. No first. A 30-second timeout.
Well, while we have a little timeout, we're going to flash back to Super Bowl 4. Yep, Kansas City. That's Mike Garrett. Hank Stram, an old partner in the booth for many years. Lenny Dawson to Otis Taylor. The Chiefs defeating the Minnesota Vikings 23-7 down at Tulane Stadium in New Orleans, January 11th, 1970. Lenny Dawson became the 4th consecutive winning quarterback to be named Super Bowl MVP, and now we're counting down until our broadcast is Super Bowl 53, and we're bringing you action today from right here at the Lynn Dawson television broadcast booth. Had a visit with the legend yesterday, Tony, for your Super Bowl special.
It was fantastic, and he remembered it like it was yesterday, that game.
2nd and 10. Turnaround move. Robinson, I believe he was down. They are going to rule him down, and the clock will run. That's to the 6.
3rd down. This is key. If they don't get a first down, you've got to have a play ready. This is the last play of the half if it's not a first down.
Here's a 3rd down. Mahomes just throws it away.
Great poise, though, because it allows the field goal kicker to come in. If you throw that ball in bounds, there's no chance of getting any other play off. It's the last play of the half if it's downed anywhere before. Great decision by Mahomes. Don't keep trying to scramble and the clock runs out.
So the timeout they needed was charged because of the Ware injury.
That
so
cost
them. That cost them.
That was big, which is kind of strange, isn't it? Because he's out of bounds anyway. The clock stops.
Yeah.
I get it when the clock's running, but it was a strange one.
So Butker with a short one, 24 yards. Left hash mark. The kick is good to close out the first half. Back 10 points in the last 2.5 minutes by the Chiefs. 17-10 Kansas City at the intermission. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station. Baltimore led this game late second quarter, 10-7. And then the last 2.5 minutes, the Chiefs got the touchdown by Kelsey and the field goal to end the half and lead it now at 17-10. What are you looking for here in the second half? Baltimore gets the kick.
Well, for Baltimore, you played pretty good. It's just that Kansas City's that good, and they have so much special talent. The big thing for me is Hill in the game or not. If Tyreek Hill's in the game, we saw him go in so early. If he's in the game, it's really difficult because you have home run threat on every play. If he's not, come after him. Don't let Mahomes use his magic and make sure Kelsey is the one that gets double teamed.
Well, last week, as you look at the first half stats, The Ravens held Atlanta to 131 yards for the game. But in this first half alone, the Chiefs put up 248.
Yeah, it's hard going against that team. And from an offense perspective, Kansas City adjusted well, reduced the front, and then started blitzing.
Got some big updates coming here. Tracy, you're up.
That's right, Jim. Let me start with Tyreek Hill. It was first the wrist, and then it was the right heel of Tyreek Hill. They evaluated him in the locker room. He is out. He is on the bench. He's questionable to return right now. Spencer Ware still in the locker room. From what I can tell, I was told he was getting x-rays on that right shoulder. He is questionable as well. And then Cam Irving, their left guard, he has a right knee injury. He's questionable as well, Jim.
Oh, thank you, Tracy. First down throw is complete. And that's Willie Snead with the grab.
Well, and that's a good adjustment from Baltimore's perspective. If you're going to get guys inside, Snead, good route. Just the old RG3 pass. Fake the handoff from shotgun and throw a little pop pass, we call it, over the linebackers.
That was Baltimore's longest completion of the game. It went for 16. And now Jackson tucks it under with a flag out. And he's near another first down marker. Check the flag. They give him 9 on the carry.
Holding, offense number 74. 10-yard penalty, and repeat, first down.
Jackson in that first half ran it 5 times for 40, completed 4 out of 8 for 52, and that's the holding call against Hurst. First penalty on the Ravens offense today.
And a bad time for it. This offense is not built to come from behind. You don't want to punt this ball back and all of a sudden give up a score. And Harbaugh is upset at that call, isn't he?
First and 20. Jackson somehow able to escape. Flings it to Dixon. And that was a Mahomes-like effort, including the sidearm pass. Picks up 21 and a first down.
I was thinking the same thing. Mahomes-esque, and right here he had a guy open inside, but this is the big key one. And I love the decision here. I'm going to run, I'm not. And then he makes Ragley come up. And he didn't panic, and he just made him come up to take him, and he throws it right past him to the guy Ragnar is covering.
So they're able to make up for the holding call and get out of that first and 20 with a first down. And again, it's Edwards. Edwards now with 9 carries for 43 yards on the game. I'll tell you that Edwards, when you talk to the coaching staff, he talked to his teammates, he says very little. No nonsense is how Coach Harbaugh described him.
So he's just like me.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Romo-esque. Second and 4. As Jackson tries to get planted, he wants to go long. He's got position, and it's knocked out. Moore had Fuller backed up.
Wow, this
Fuller was able to knock the ball out of his hands.
And look at, he runs all the way down, and Moore comes back to the ball. Go get it, Moore, go get it. He kind of hangs there. Fuller does an excellent job of getting that hand right in the middle of the breadbasket. That's when you want your receiver, you're like, go get this. And Fuller has an arm around the side, too, and got away with one a little bit there.
Now it's a 3rd and 4. And a half-yard short is Edwards. Now what do you do from the 38?
Oh, you go for it. You're running for 250 yards a game in this 4-game stretch. It's really hard to stop a 4th and 1 if you spread it out and just hand off or have the quarterback keep it. It's just really difficult for that zone read.
Look at Kelsey getting this crowd sparked even more. Can you imagine this atmosphere for an AFC championship game?
It feels like it right now. It's loud.
Up the middle. It's close. Judging by the far side, I'm not sure they got it.
He didn't get a very good spot. I know that. We're going to see.
I don't think the spot's going to be enough. I agree with you. I thought he might have been to the marker.
Can't tell there. Bailey did a great job. Oh, see, he's on the back of Jones. So wherever the ball is, he's not down. Wherever that ball, oh, he's short. That is short. This is going to Kansas City.
The Chiefs defense makes a stand.
Can't believe they went for it. Wow. Big stop.
Tyreek Hill is back on the field for Kansas City's first series of the second half. Spencer Ware is not in the huddle. He's on the sideline with his helmet on. Looks like he's ready to go back out there, depending on the play call. So, first snap for the Chiefs in the third quarter. And it's a heave down the field. And that was intended for Robinson, who got some work in that first half with 3 catches.
Jim, you want to see the play of the year, I think, from a quarterback perspective? Watch this from the first half. Look at Mahomes' eyes and head. He's looking to the right and throws it all the way across left. And he did that the same throw. Look at him. He's looking right. He throws it left. Really, really looking right. Not exaggerating. And all he was doing was holding Clark, the safety there, so he could throw behind him. That you will not see again anywhere this year, I promise you.
2nd and 10. And it's picked up about 7. You will see it again, but it'll be on the basketball court.
Yeah, exactly.
You see that no-look pass, but not in football.
No, you don't do it in football. I mean, and if you do, it's a check down or something 2 yards, and it's rare for just the guys who have that instinctful ability. But he threw it deep over. I mean, it was 15-yard route. What happens if you just missed him and you're a little high? It's like, just look at him.
And look at Ware back into the game, split out wide to the left. Now bring motion back in to the backfield. 3rd and 3. Can they make something out of a defensive stop by the Chiefs? And this movement might have been Hill.
False start. Offense, number 10. 5-yard penalty remains 3rd down.
Again, the Chiefs with a win would clinch a playoff berth. They are the current #1 seed in the AFC, trying to hold off the likes of New England, Houston, which has 3 losses. Right now the Patriots at the 2 spot. You win out, if Andy Reid's team wins out, they've got the home field advantage throughout. 3rd and 8. Judon coming after him. Somehow, oh, it's intercepted. That's an interception by Chuck Clark.
This, Judon gets the pressure again. Mahomes with a mistake, and here, Baltimore in the game.
And by Pizza Hut, official pizza sponsor of the NFL.
There was a penalty after the play had ended on Judon 99. Unnecessary roughness was the call.
That seems ticky-tack to me.
So he mixed it up with Andrew Wiley. So that takes him from the 42 back to the 27. And here's Jackson handing off to Edwards for about 7. Big opening right in the middle.
Did you think that? I mean, just 2 guys are pushing.
You see that all the time at the end of special teams. All the time.
That seems silly.
But of course, that was an interception. But it's the same kind of thing. Play was over. Okay, no one got knocked down to the ground.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And, you know, this Baltimore defense, they've had so many chances at some of these interceptions. They just haven't had them. But they're getting around the quarterback a lot. They usually come in waves when they happen.
2nd and 3. It's Jackson with the football, and he's thrown for a first down. As Houston kind of picked him up and threw him in the wrong direction for the Chiefs' purposes. That pick you saw, the 293 attempts since the last time they'd had a pick. With all the great things the defense has done, they have not been taking the ball away a lot. Now, they had strip sacks each of the last 2 weeks that produced touchdowns, but only 2 takes in the last 5 games. And no interceptions since week 5, a span of 7 games.
Yeah, they needed that one right there.
Play action, and Jackson gets tripped up, but turns it into a positive play for 3 or 4.
He was tackled by Anthony Hitchens.
Ravens with 132 yards rushing in this game.
We've been watching. This is where usually this O-line starts to wear. And you get in that middle of that third quarter, start moving forward. This O-line starts to move the opposing team. So far, they haven't been able to do it against this Chiefs.
Here's Dixon. Boy, Dixon has a little extra gear, quickness. When he comes out there, it is noticeable. Again, just his second game back. That's 4 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown for Dixon today.
And just straight lead handoff right down the middle, and it wears on you as a defense. And Kansas City adjusted pretty well there. Baltimore gets off to a really good start running the football. Kansas City adjusts, kind of slows them down. And now I think you're going to see Baltimore trying to adjust back to what they've done with all these people inside.
From the 48, it's Dixon turning around and breaking outside. He is running hungry. Another 7 or 8.
Just hard running. You see, you got 2 pullers coming. And just hard running, finishing the play, Dixon.
Five plays on this drive, all 5 on the ground. 2nd and 2.
Look like little offsides, but Nadi. But you never know. Did the ball move from the center? Sometimes that happens where the center kind of like twitches that, and that nose then jumps. We'll see what it was.
Encroachment, defense, the nose guard. 5-yard penalty creates a first down.
Came on a 2nd and 2, so that'll pick up the first.
Ball did not move, just decided to run someone over standing still. Look at this coach.
Pick.
What are we doing?
3rd-round pick out of Florida State.
I just thought he was going to go. He's like, well, let's not do that. No. Well, no more, okay? Okay.
Edwards returns to the backfield. Jackson with the football. And again, when you come out on first down and you pick up 6 or 7 or 8 like they have a couple of times on this drive, I mean, it's just a game changer. Setting up 2nd and short.
You're exactly right, Jim. It's what they have to do here to really win this game, and really the rest of the season. If Lamar Jackson, and they're going to win consistently, it's that first down ability to get and stay ahead of the chains, because they're not good enough if they get behind the chains. We know that.
Parker chasing after Jackson. He has to unload it. Knocked down. Knocked down by Nelson, denying John Brown the reception.
Nelson times is perfect. Good throw here by Jackson on the side, but look at that perfect defense. See how he's behind Brown and then comes right in front and times it. Textbook coverage. And drive on the ball as it's getting louder, Jim.
It's just like it was the last time the Ravens had it, and the defense was able to stop them on 4th down. This is 3rd down and 4. And they're going to go up top if he has the time. And somehow it's caught by Snead. as the ball was a wobbler, having been hit when he threw it. Gain of 5 and another first.
Well, look at the pressure come right from here. The pocket's got nothing, nowhere to go. And that ball gets flicked out there, and dangerous throw. And Snead sees the ball. And that's why you can throw a ball a little risky if the secondary defender isn't looking at you.
Yep.
If the corner's not looking and your guy is, you can throw it and trust it's not going to be intercepted.
It wasn't a wobbler, but it certainly wasn't a speed ball either, but it was where it had to be.
It was enough.
Yep, for another set of downs. And again, Jackson has it. And bumped out on the sideline by Fuller as the Ravens are putting a nice drive together. Now 9 plays into it. Averaging 7 yards on first down today.
That's not good. That's great. But once again, turnover, a stop on 4th down, missed field goal, little things over time. They need touchdowns to beat this Kansas City team.
Quick pass to Crabtree, stiff arm to pick up an extra yard. 3rd and 1 coming up. Oh no, look at the mark. They may have given him the first.
Oh my goodness. Look at, and he's for sure, he's pointing, 1st down.
Play goes for 8.
It's worth a look though. Yeah, he did get it. It's actually a really good job. He did not go out of bounds there. And that ball, it's close. I don't think you could change it.
From the 18.
Edwards on the carry.
The absolute definition of a north-south runner.
What is it, Gus the what?
Well, yeah, last week they're talking about Gus the Bus.
That's what they call him. Gus the Bus.
13 carries, 57 yards. Ty Montgomery split wide to the right. 2nd and 6.
Heads up for tight ends and people coming across the field.
Incomplete. Going for Montgomery. The pass was low.
Just a simple slant route, and Jackson got to be able to make that throw. That's one-on-one and just a slant, and he throws it too low. Puts a lot of pressure on them to be good right here now.
3rd and 6. Couple of late substitutions into the defensive lineup.
Look at this formation. It's 3rd and 6, and they have 1 receiver in the game. You will not see this again either in the National League unless you have a 14-point lead in the 4th quarter.
It's Jackson. And Edwards tried to help carry him, but it's still going to be about a yard short. Harbaugh looking around. 4th and 2.
Oh, you're going for it. I mean,
you like that call?
Well, you did it last time. You're at the Chiefs on the road. I'm going for it.
Okay.
You didn't come here to play. You know, like I said, you got to score touchdowns to beat this team. A field goal here really isn't going to, you know, what do you think? Kansas City's not going to ever get another point in this game?
4th and a short 2. Pass. Caught.
Touchdown.
It is. Max Williams. Man, he found just enough room on that sideline. 4th and 2, and they complete a pass for only the 8th time today.
From the fullback position, Max Williams comes from the backfield and goes right to the flat. And the hardest part for a defense is to cover the guy who's coming at you to block you in a 4th down situation. He's in the backfield. He's coming right at me to block me. And he doesn't, and he slips right out to the flat because you got to take him on to stop the run. And he's in, I think, here.
Yeah, no question. Look what the Ravens have done in this quarter. Held the football for over 10.5 minutes so far. what we saw in Atlanta last week.
They're leading the league since Jackson's come in time of possession. The defense is not out there near as long. And really the key is as the game gets later, Jim, the other team gets tired, and the defense for the Ravens is actually gaining strength, or at least is still the same. They haven't played near the number of plays as opposing teams' defenses have.
So now Mahomes coming out after throwing what was his 11th interception of the season. He's at 219 yards today with a touchdown with that pick. But they've only been on the field a minute and a half in the third. And suddenly find this game tied at 17. Jeff Allen remains in at left guard with Cam Irving having been shaken up earlier in this one. There's Ware. We'll get Ware into the secondary.
I love this play call because everybody knew this was a play action bomb, including Baltimore. That's what Kansas City does. They're like, we're not going to let you come in and have momentum. And they come out and throw it deep and take shots. Great play call. Just simplify, just run it right at them. And the last thing Baltimore thought you would do is just run a normal run right up the middle.
Jimmy Smith was injured on that tackle, but he's still out there. He's passed to Robinson. It was Smith who helped cut him off on the sideline after 5. So that Smith able to come out now. Holding that left shoulder and collarbone area.
He's played well this year. He's done a great job. Him, Brandon Carr, playing outstanding football. And, you know, he got the game ball last week.
Anthony Averett has come in for him. Here's a 2nd and 5 play. They're going to run it. With Ware ripping off another good run to the Baltimore 45. Slipped out of a tackle by Chuck Clark for 12.
This is great. They double team Pierce, so they make him get out. And really, it's hard for people to get up in there because they're so explosive. You just don't want to commit to that run and give up a 25-yard pass play right over the top. Keep running the ball, Kansas City. That's how you're going to go ahead.
And it's Ware getting another handle for a total of 3. He's got now 11 carries for 60. And Smith still kind of holding that left arm a little awkwardly, but he's back on the field. And Suggs comes out for this next snap from the 42 of the Ravens.
They're going to play action you at some point. Do you hand it off again, or do you come back with it?
They hand it off to Damian Williams. And they're taking a page out of the Ravens playbook by keeping it on the ground 4 out of the 5 plays on this series.
The Ravens are incredible at situational football defensively for 15 years, let's say. In other words, like when they went against the 07 Patriots, they didn't even play the run. Run it. You get 5 yards, 7 yards, fine. Run it. That means we're winning. You're eating the clock, and you're not getting any big plays. You think you're gashing them, but that's what they want you a little bit. Now, in this specific case, I'm not so sure. But they're playing the pass is what it's telling you.
It's 3rd and 2. And banging bodies to Mark's going to be about a foot short. Mosley was able to close in on Williams. And now it'll be the Chiefs who will apparently face 4th and short and probably begin the 4th quarter by going for it.
Yeah, well, he's going for it. Andy Reid's going for that.
We're going to head to the final 15 minutes with a tie game at Arrowhead. Baltimore 17, Kansas City 17. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Fourth quarter begins. 4th down is on the way. 4th and inches. And Andy Reid has Ware lined up in the eye as the tailback.
The old Andy Reid used to play action here and throw the fullback in the flat.
There's the fullback with the running opportunity. Anthony Sherman picks up the first. His first carry of the whole season.
That's Andy Reid. You're not going to get a beat on what he's doing, and that right there, that was impressive. Simply because they don't just come out and line up and give it to him. They have to motion 4 people and shift 5 people and then hand it to him. You're just never allowed to go 100 miles an hour against this offense.
Hey, Mike 48, Larry.
6 out of 7 plays on this series have been on the ground.
Okay.
Coming after Mosley. And incomplete. As Mahomes had no time.
Well, this one's on the quarterback. I talked about communication. The running back doesn't realize that's his guy. And the reason that's the running back's got to look at, and right there, Mahomes knows he's supposed to have that protected.
There's a flag after the play.
The flag thrown in the huddle.
Probably. Late hit, man? Or I don't even know.
Intentional grounding.
Oh, intentional grounding.
Offense, number 15. His penalty carries a loss of down. 3rd down.
I would call that a late flag.
Yeah. That's a late flag, but you know, it's probably true. Because he knows he's about to get hit, and so he throws it, and there's no route possibly that is going to go right. Everybody on this side's coming this way. And he knows he's about to get hit. And that is intentional grounding. It is intentional grounding.
Now 2nd and 18. Mahomes changes direction twice. Trying to make a highlight out of it, and he does. Kelsey with a flag in the area. Play went for 17.
Prior to the pass, holding defense. This penalty will be declined.
They may take the penalty to get the first down.
Defense. This penalty will be accepted. 5 yards from where the ball was snapped and an automatic first down.
Yeah, you got to take the penalty and get the automatic first down instead of 3rd and 1.
I don't know, though.
Well, you would have had 3rd and 1, and you would have been further down the field, but he'll take the first down back at the 37.
Yeah, you do have to do that. I think you're right. Yeah. I mean, you do, because this team can stuff the run up the middle. You take the first down, but you are losing 15 yards almost. I mean, that's a lot of yards.
It's about 12
you were in
difference.
Field goal range no matter what. You're not yet. I mean, just trusting your offense, obviously.
First down. Mahomes got hit again. That is a wobbler. And that is incomplete. As Hill and Weddle were tangled up together.
This is why we wanted to watch this game. Here comes Baltimore with all these guys pressuring. Mahomes backs up, gets hit. And Weddle's one-on-one with Tyreek Hill. And just a great, really football play where it's like, you got this dynamic guy, this offense. You got these guys who pressure from everywhere. What's going to happen?
Well, Weddle told us last week they don't give up that deep ball very often.
No, they don't. Weddle's so smart in that back end.
2nd and 10. Turn around and handoff to Williams. Now you got a 3rd and 7.
And you were at what, the 22? Is that where you were?
Around the 24-25. I think they were going to mark it.
Yeah, this is right at that area, that field goal. Remember the 51-yarder earlier?
Yeah,
going the same direction.
From here it would be 53, Tony.
It's just ball's heavier in the cold. This is not a good spot to kick a field goal from. Much more difficult than a normal. And here you go. All the people up at the line of scrimmage. What do? Can you define it and tell everyone who's blocking who? Make the running back know who he's got this time.
Here they come. Over the top they go with the screen to Ware. Should be room. Bounces off the hit. What an effort for the first down to the 23. Ball looked like it might have been taken out of his hands for a moment.
Yeah, it looked like he could have fumbled at the end. What a play call, though. Into the pressure, the teeth of it, across screen to the running back. Perfect timing. Now we get a little fighting. What's the call?
Illegal block in the back. Offense number 77. 10-yard penalty and repeat, third down.
Block in the back. That's a big one.
And just guess what just got bigger was where that spot was for field goal range earlier on the 3rd and 1. 77 right there. You see that was Wiley. And then he's back again.
He hit the same guy, Levine, twice in the back.
They didn't catch the first one because they moved it 10 yards from the spot of the second one.
So it's a 3rd and 8, a spot foul.
Oh, everybody's up there. Nobody's deep for the Ravens. Everybody down near the line of scrimmage. Got to do something cool.
Run an option? No. Mahomes just takes his losses. That may put him out of field goal range. In fact, I'm sure it will back at the 40.
Mahomes has not seen these coverages. There he is, Martindale, the defensive coordinator for the Ravens. Mahomes has not seen these looks pre-snap. Look at this. Nobody's back here. One guy is 4 yards off the ball. You tell me how you're going to tell everybody who you're blocking. And they obviously were running a pitch. They were supposed to roll left, and you know how you pitch it right to your fullback right in front of you? That had no chance versus that look.
That was a big sequence, the whole thing about deciding whether to take the penalty on the hold call or 3rd and 1. And now they have to punt because of the loss on that 3rd down play. Took them out of field goal range. Colquitt gets the job done. That's Kemp, who covers it up. One of the best for a long time.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Kay Jewelers. For all the moments, for love, forever. And by Progressive Insurance, handing off big savings to you.
After a 12-play drive by the Chiefs failed to produce any points, the Ravens come back out from their own 9. The game tied at 17. Edwards for 3 to start the drive.
Well, last quarter, on their last drive, I said that the Ravens at this point in the game usually start to wear down their opponents. And you saw it in that drive. It's just a lot of work to continually go toe to toe, as Harbaugh says, go for it. Jim Harbaugh is a fantastic head coach. He's got this team playing great football. Look at that. You want to wear down opponents? That's what you do right there.
I would say so. 2nd and 7. After play action. Pass. Caught. Was he touched? Snead gets up and gets pummeled by Hitchens, who thought he got hit in the helmet.
I tell you,
16.
I did not think. You see, no one's even covering. They pressure, thinking it's a run. It's a great call by Marty Morningwig there with a pass with the 7-man pressure in the run game. I don't know if he was touched.
Well, that gave him a little room from the point of the start of the drive at the 9, now out to the 28-yard line. Jackson, Pete, bouncing around. Give him about 5.
Boy, you really didn't think. I mean, when you have this type of offense that Kansas City has, it's just hard to believe they can lose it early any game at home. At home, they're just going to be so difficult because when you have that offense, it's just so dynamic. They can score 2-3 scores just like that, and all of a sudden the game gets out of hand.
They're 5-0 at home, including this one. 3 of the last 4 are here at Arrowhead.
This is the team who matches up on paper the best with them.
Edwards plowing ahead for another first.
Like if you had a design, it's like you got to be able to come in here and run the ball, win time of possession, and you have to be able to blitz on 3rd down and minimize a lot of the cool things that they do, that Kansas City does in the play action game. You haven't seen much play action because they can't sit in the backfield for 4 or 5 seconds.
They're late moving the chains, but It is a first down at the 38. Harbaugh's wanted a play clock reset since it took so long for them to move the chains, and they do. They add time. This team's ready anyway. As Jackson goes it low. Snead with the catch. That's ruled incomplete. Incomplete. It hit the ground.
Oh, those throws have to be, I mean, these have to be just throw catch. Let's see.
Right call.
Yep.
2nd and 10.
That's the one thing, though. If Jackson could just stand back there and make some simple throws, it's really tough to defend. But the fact that he misses some of those easy ones, that's why this team right here can win any game or lose any game.
Yeah. Right in the thick of this one. It's 17 all, 8 minutes to go. 2nd and 10. He's going to throw again. Jackson's pass is a good one. And Crabtree with a marker down.
Offensive pass interference, they might call.
Yeah, Crabtree thinks it's coming.
Pass interference, offense, number 15.
Big call right there.
10-yard penalty.
Was a first down catch.
2nd down.
Near the 50.
Well, let's see. He's going to go up and use that left arm. A little push off. That seems very... Oh, Harbaugh's been hot today. That's not the reaction for the penalty. I think that was the reaction for the first time catch and throw.
You expect a little bit more.
That's the reaction for the penalty.
He's just getting warmed up. But it's a 2nd and 20. 5 receivers. Quickly to Montgomery. And the Chiefs are on him. D. Ford. It'll be 3rd and 19 coming up.
And this is where, when you're Baltimore, it's very difficult when you're a running team like this, because one penalty can almost ruin your drive. Otherwise, you have to do something outside the norm. And that's not how they're built. Kansas City can overcome anything, right? But I think I just feel like there should be another penalty.
Illegal substitution. 12 players in the offensive huddle.
You just sensed it?
5-yard penalty and 3rd down.
They had 12 guys in the huddle. Can't do that.
Now what do you call?
You hand the ball off. You rely on your defense. Although I always like, and I used to tell coaches, block them up and run a double move. It's just a hitch and go. And it's one-on-one on the outside. You might get a penalty. My guy might catch it. An interception's a 40-yard punt. Throw a bomb on 3rd and 20.
Baltimore over 100 yards in penalty yardage. 3rd and 24. Dropped by Andrews.
Well, not going to change much. Even if he catches this, going to get 5 or 7 yards. But you can't get penalties, Baltimore. You're not built to play from behind the chains.
And there is Hill, who's had a rough day. He had his ankle taped. His wrist was injured also in the first half.
Oh, this is scary, though. Do you want to punt this ball to him right now?
I mean, look, Cook's already looking like he's going to handle it. And he does toward that sideline. Cook's just so dependable. Like Colquitt on the other side today.
What a punt. That's 53 yards net. Gross, whatever it is.
55, even better. There are the Chiefs. 4 wins, they'd be the 1 seed throughout. Would just be huge. New England and Houston are both behind right now in their games. Patriots down a point to the Dolphins early in the 4th. Then, of course, they got the Ravens situation. So many teams stacked. As Mahomes bounces off his own player and throws it away. He starts talking about what would it mean to the Chiefs to be the 1 seed, or maybe even better, what would it mean if they had to go back up to, let's just say, New England, for example, for an AFC championship game?
Well, I don't know. You've only done 40 of those.
That's
but
true.
I feel like Kansas City, as big as it is to have it here in Arrowhead, it's almost equally as important not to go up to New England and have to go win up there. And that's if New England gets there, but they've only done it like 10 years in a row, so we're going to pretend like there's a good chance that they're still in it.
And don't forget the Chargers are right behind them. And they're coming in here on Thursday. Here's a little pass over to Robinson. And he's tackled at the 27.
Look at the respect that Kansas City has. I mean, this is screen to the receiver, screen to the running back. Their screen game is great, but I really feel like you haven't seen those play actions that get way down the field. And Baltimore, all that pressure, it kind of neutralizes a lot of that stuff. And that's why they're trying to run the screen game, hoping they're going to catch them when they all out pressure.
Well, they get a third down here, Tony. 3rd and 5.
And now you got everyone up again, Jim. A lot of guys are on line of scrimmage. Can Mahomes get it right? Who are they blocking?
Mahomes in trouble, and it's Suggs up top. Smith in there as well. And they take the Chiefs right off the field. 3 plays and a punt on the way.
This is why they're the #1 defense. Everyone gets up in there, but watch, they pop out. And what happens is Smith gets a little leg up simply because you have to account for the other guys up inside. So you take a step back as no lineman, and all of a sudden the defensive end goes right around you on one side, and you get half of them. Oh, this is Baltimore's recipe's tough in December and January.
Boy, it's coming together at the right time. Colquitt, 51-yard punt with a flag, a couple of them down. Leading on the near side, 40.
I can't stand these on punts, all these penalties.
All the time.
It's too many. The competition committee has to do something in this offseason and change something about this play. It just slows play down, makes it too much. It just happens too much.
I know it's not, but it feels like 50% of the time you're dealing with a flag in punting situations. By the way, you were talking about all the importance for Kansas City. Then you got the Ravens, who still believe they can overtake the Steelers. Just a half game back coming into the weekend. Pittsburgh at Oakland later today. You figure they're going to win that one. You never know.
Oh, if Baltimore wins this game, there's a good shot they go 11-5 or 10-6.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're 100% in the playoffs on the way through if they win.
Prior to the kick, holding, kicking team number 84. On the return of the kick, illegal block in the back, receiving team number 26. Baltimore has exercised the option of replaying 4th down.
Yeah, the schedule for Harbaugh's Ravens at home against Tampa Bay, at the Chargers, and then home against Cleveland week 17.
You figure they're going to win at least 2 out of 3 of those,
right?
right?
I think 2 out of 3. Your point was if they win this one, you think they're in. If they won 2 out of 3, that would be 10-6.
Yep. And that can catch the Steelers. The Steelers have a tough schedule.
The Steelers are 7-4-1. Of course, we're going to see them next week against New England.
Yep, they got New England.
And then at New Orleans. We'll be there for that one, too.
New Orleans. This could get real interesting in the AFC coming down the wire.
All right, second try at it now. Colquitt. Boom, the first one. This one lower. Flies 50. It's Jones. He ran one back 2 weeks ago. And it's Jones. Still going strong. Down to the 12-yard line.
Boy, what a time for the biggest play on special teams of the day. You called it the big one last week, and today, right back. And it's almost like they have a good special teams coach guy around that building. John Harbaugh does a great job.
Jerry Rosberg
is the special teams coach.
This is a 55-yard return against a Kansas City team that was only giving up 2.2 yards per punt return, which was the lowest in the league since 1972 in the Redskins. That's going out the window. That sets up the Ravens at about the 12. No, they actually say the 14 now. Wow. 2 weeks ago, 71 yards for a touchdown. The former Patriot. Today, 55 with 5 minutes to go.
Are they really have a shot to come into Arrowhead and win this game?
Yes, they do.
Not a lot of people gave them a chance. Just
Edwards. That's for 3. Edwards now 16 carries for 67 yards. He has 94 rushes on the season. He has never been tackled for a loss on those 94 rushes.
Wow. That's a pretty impressive stat.
There's Jones, who has found a home here in Baltimore after going back and forth a couple of times with both the Ravens and the Patriots rosters this year. Had fumble issues his rookie year when drafted by New England out of Alabama. 2nd and 7.
So Kansas City has come after him down here and had success.
Jackson, nowhere to go. Nelson shoves him out.
Big time call coming right here. I want to know what Bob Sutton's going to do on this specific down here, because it's 3rd and 5. And they can run the ball or they can pass here. They do both. Look at, there he is, Bob Sutton. He's saying pass. Did you see him say pass there?
Like 3 times.
That means he's basically playing for the pass. That's changing personnel on the field. Here we go. Baltimore's the only team I know that would run it here.
He guessed right as Jackson throws, and it's caught for the touchdown. John Brown puts Baltimore on top.
Well, they call this across the world. That means block everybody, and you guys are going to go here, and you're going to go here. And your job, Crabtree at the bottom, go kind of make that safety feel you. And Brown runs it. You just basically let everybody block, and you run and say, quarterback, one side of the end zone or the other. It's a brilliant play because you can't throw an interception on it. It's thrown over that guy's head or nobody gets it.
Now Tucker for the extra point. And Baltimore is 7 up with 4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Jones with the 55-yard run back. Set up the touchdown pass from Jackson, and the Ravens are in front.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon. The best unlimited is on Verizon, America's most awarded network. Starbucks, sip a cup of magic. And by Walmart, light up Christmas at Walmart.
Well, Kansas City has not scored in this second half. It's been a long time ago since they didn't score in a half of football. But Mahomes poised to try to rally them back after the Ravens took the punt return by a local Baltimore kid, Cyrus Jones, who went to Gilman High School, now playing for his hometown team, and helped set up that touchdown to give them the lead.
Well, Mahomes in this game, you've seen it happen here lately, but he's taken a beating over and over and over again. He just keeps getting hit. And, you know, we said going in this game, he just hasn't seen these looks. You know, when you're this young, it's just very difficult to know, you know, how to really block up these people and get the communication to everybody. It's showing now.
Little cut made by Ware. Almost slipped on it, but is able to keep his feet for 6. And coming up, the State Farm post-game show, JB, Phil, Nate Boomer, and Coach Cowher, all the latest scores and highlights. State Farm post-game show.
This is going to be a big test for both sides right here. The defense going against this incredible offense. Patrick Mahomes, possible MVP candidate. Winky Martindale right there. At the same time, Mahomes having to go against this pressure. Oh, this is going to be fun to watch.
And that's a carry again by Ware. Maybe mark him just a little bit. Is it Winky now? It's gone from Don to Winky.
Don Winky Martindale.
Okay.
I think that's his given middle name.
You might be too old to remember Wink Martindale. Famous game show host of yesteryear.
I'm too old.
You were too old. You're going to say.
I'm too old.
Okay. I'm not.
3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 is big with Ware, the running back.
Don't run at Pierce. Don't run at this guy right there.
Plenty of room.
They ran right at him, and he was nowhere to be found.
And they got out to the 40 on a gain of 5.
This is what the most success they've had in the second half is running the ball. It's a little worrisome, but Baltimore's going to let them keep running it because they're just going to say, we're going to get you in 3rd and 4, and we're going to get one stop at some point.
We just have 2.5 minutes to go.
I don't think you pressure if you're Baltimore. You wait. Don't give up an easy big play. Make them just keep running the ball. And then when they get inside the 25, 30-yard line, then you start games on the line. Until then, I wouldn't keep coming after them.
Chiefs have all 3 timeouts. The last no urgency at the moment. As the clock's running at 2:12. Flag at the line of scrimmage. Williams turns it upfield. Gets around Levine before Clark pushes him back.
Oh, I don't think he was on the line of scrimmage, the receiver.
It would have been a 14-yard play.
Well, and this is why they pressured Baltimore, and I said don't pressure here simply because you can give up just a big play.
Illegal formation, offense. The left tackle was not covered by a receiver. 5-yard penalty, repeat, 1st down.
Andy Reid with Eric Bieniemy right behind him, who is the former running back out of Colorado, who was in the league as a player for 9 years and now works as the offensive coordinator.
And Robinson on that last one wasn't on the line of scrimmage. That cost Kansas City. The clock will become an issue here in probably about a minute and 10. You better be down inside that 30.
Here's a 1st and 15. They're bringing, again, more pressure. Mahomes able to get it away. And that's caught by Kelsey out to the 41. So they almost got to Mahomes. Picks up 7 instead. Kelsey's first catch of the second half. We're coming up for a big finish in Kansas City. We're coming out of the 2-minute warning. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson. 2nd and 9 for the Chiefs. Down 7. Been blanked in the second half so far. Mahomes gets it to Hill. And it's going to be 3rd and 3 coming up. That gives Mahomes 39 yards passing in the second half with an interception.
Well, it's the first time he's ever seen these type of looks. And the NFL's a little more, they're not quite as pressure oriented they once were 5, 6, 7 years ago. And that's starting to come back in Baltimore. They're definitely pressure oriented. And you see all these looks. Look at how many guys are up there. The quarterback now has to tell everybody what to do and who to block. And he keeps saying it, but you got to call plays to beat the pressure.
Here's a 3rd and 3 out of the backfield. It's Ware. And he's met behind the line of scrimmage. You got all 3 timeouts. You got all 3 timeouts, but it's 4th and 4.
Don't use it right now. Get him on the line and snap the football. As a quarterback, get right on the line right now. Don't use that timeout. Get up and snap it. Throw a slant.
That's what
get the ball out of your hands. Baltimore's going to use a timeout.
Timeout Ravens with 1:29 to go. Let's see what Andy Reid has drawn up against his former assistant. 4th and 4.
It's a blitz. I can promise you they're all coming after him. Everybody is coming.
And it's going to cost the Chiefs 5 more.
False start. Offense, number 11. 5-yard penalty.
This is the worst spot to be, Jim. Andy Reid has to call a screen almost on this play. And the problem is, look at all these players up there and you see the false start right there.
Yeah, the flinch by Robinson.
That's the 2nd time he's messed up on this drive, not being on the ball. And then he's not happy. I think Baltimore all-out pressures again, or at least makes it look like it doesn't. You almost have to throw a screen or some way to move the pocket. He's got to roll left or right out of this. They're not going to be able to block everybody.
4th and 9. They're chasing after him. Mahomes in trouble, flings it across his body, and it's caught by Hill. Hill has it. He came back for it, and he's out of bounds at the 12. An amazing play by the Chiefs.
I'm not sure anybody else, Aaron Rodgers maybe, in the National Football League can make this play. And if it's not Tyreek Hill, no one else gets open on this play. Look at Hill.
able to get away from Mosley. That's a mismatch.
All the way across the field while your body weight is backwards falling out, and Hill comes right back and hits him in stride.
48 yards. Just incredible on 4th and 9.
Oh, my goodness.
Game on the line. And they go for 48. Now first down at the 12. He's coming back over to Hill. He cannot hold on. There were Ravens, though, in the area. It wouldn't have gone for much, if anything, had he caught it.
Hill is limping, and you can tell it's for real, and he's still playing through it.
He is going to be sore tomorrow and somehow have to be ready in just 4 days' time for the Thursday night encounter against division rival Los Angeles, the Chargers.
I can't believe they didn't all-out pressure Mahomes on that. They let him run around and make a play. You can't give him that kind of time.
2nd and 10 with 1:10. Mahomes completes it to Conley.
If I'm Jim Harbaugh or John Harbaugh right now, I am telling my defensive coordinator, Don Martindale, I'm saying, Don, I want you to all-out pressure on these last 2 plays. I am not letting Patrick Mahomes move around and make something happen. This ball needs to come out of his hand instantly, play the slant, and make him make a great throw to the back pylon, and the receiver has to go up and get it.
And keep an eye on Kelsey, who's in a slot to the right. 3rd and 5, can pick up a first at the 2. They run it. They run it, and it's Ware stacked up. Now it'll be 4th and 3.
I would take a timeout if I was Baltimore.
Timeout's called on by Kansas City.
I'm fine with that. Kansas City needs to get the perfect play. But if they score a touchdown, Baltimore needed the time.
State Farm post-game show is next with JB, Phil, Nate Boomer, Coach Cowher, all the latest scores and highlights on the State Farm post-game show. So you pull off a 4th and 9. Now you got to pull off a 4th and 3 from the 5-yard line.
Well, this is the call of the game right here, just like we just said. Baltimore come after them and just play tight man coverage. Look at this is where John Harbaugh comes in and he says to his defensive coordinator, this is what I want. This is why you're the head coach right here. And on offense, you want to know you should find here? Travis Kelce.
Kelce lined up on the right side. Hill returns for this
all-out pressure, Jim.
4th and 3. Here they come. Mahomes unloads. Oh, he's there! Williams for the touchdown! Two 4th down conversions. One for 48 yards. The other for a touchdown, and now Butker to tie it.
Look at the running back, Andy Reid. Everyone come here, running back, go under. And watch right there, him go under. You're not going to see it because we got to see an extra point.
They've got to have it, and they do. The kick is good. 53 seconds to go.
What a drive.
Damian Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the day.
And like we were just showing you, the running back comes underneath, and it's only versus all-out pressure. And that play is perfectly designed in a man coverage, all-out pressure. You don't have a choice. You're basically saying it's a screen. That's what it is. They ran a screen with the game on the line, basically, and Andy Reid was right. Wow.
I'm still not believing the 4th and 9 to Hill for 48. And Mahomes able to drive him 75 yards for the tying touchdown.
Now this is an interesting thing. Right now, you got 53 seconds in your Baltimore. If this was next week and Joe Flacco was over there, would you put a quarterback in who's in that position?
Oh, that's a good question.
Now, you don't have it this week, but that'll be interesting going forward. Don't need to talk about it much now because it makes no bearing on this game.
And Butker Kick will start him at the 25.
So here you go. If this is, once again, this is a very difficult spot because you need to throw the football, okay? This is where you have to throw the football. The problem is Kansas City's strength is the D-line, and they have 2 timeouts. You got to make sure, if you don't do anything, Baltimore, you don't just have 3 incompletions and punt it right back to Kansas City with 2 timeouts. But you got to try and go win the game. But the strength of your quarterback isn't throwing the ball down the field. This is tough.
Jackson's pass, diving catch made by Crabtree.
Keep it simple. I'd keep running a slant in the flat and then a screen.
Timeout Baltimore. That last play goes for 11.
Well, you got 46 seconds, 1 timeout. It's plenty of time because you just need a field goal. Justin Tucker's long, I'm sure, is going to just come out of your statistic memory.
The one at Detroit, 61 yards.
There it is. I knew if I just asked, you'd have it right
a couple
there.
years ago.
And to me, in this weather, in these conditions, it's probably going to be more around 55. So we're looking around the 37-ish, 38-yard line.
Pass to the sideline, incomplete. In the area of Brown. Second and 10. What would you do here defensively if you're the Chiefs?
I would play zone coverage and make him throw the ball underneath me and rally and tackle. I would not play man and let him throw a slant. Don't let Crabtree throw a slant. Of course, that means Kansas City's going to blitz everyone and come after you.
It looks like it.
They're coming after him, Jim.
They do blitz. They got the ball out. The ball is out. It's recovered by Houston. A strip sack recovery by Justin Houston. And now the Chiefs are set up for a winning field goal.
Well, this is why we talked about how difficult that decision is. Do you want to let him throw the ball? Look at the left side of the line. He doesn't know how to protect all that stuff yet. The young quarterback in his 4th game doesn't get it protected and tell everyone who's blocking who. Houston comes free. It doesn't look like it's coming forward. That's a fumble. And Bob Sutton dialing up the blitz at the right time to get the ball back and give your team what looks like a win. Oh, my goodness.
Jackson's 8th fumble of the season, his 6th since taking over as a starter, and it comes at the worst time for the Ravens.
It is the worst time, and I'm telling you, this Kansas City comeback's incredible.
Here's the handoff. Williams, Weddle on him, no gain.
You know, that's the question, though. Do you let him throw it every down? It was tough.
Timeout Baltimore.
I mean, they're a running team. It's just, you got to throw it a little bit, but you got to throw slants, a screen. We're not trying to get 15, 20-yard routes down the field and then read through 4 progressions. That you haven't done that all game or in the last 4 games.
Justin Houston, who can really be a game wrecker, along with his running mate on the other side, D. Ford. He makes the play in the final minute that had to be made. Now, they don't pick up any yardage from here. You're talking 42 yards for the winning field goal.
Which isn't good, obviously, but you like their chances.
Talking about a kicker who's 20 of 22 on the year.
Yep.
With one of those misses earlier today from 51. And that's just made that kick a little longer. As Williams is hammered back, loss of nearly 2.
So this is where I would take a timeout. I would actually throw a screen to a receiver on the next play and try and get an extra 8 to 10 yards, 7 yards if you don't.
Looks like Andy's just going to run it down for the kick.
I know. But I'm saying he could have done that if you wanted to get more yards. If you trust your kicker and you're like, it's fine, no big deal. But there are plays you can run that are for surely going to be completed and you won't get big loss of yardage for sure.
I think you trust this guy. Harris and Butker. The game rests on the right foot of Butker, who was an Atlanta kid, went to Georgia Tech, would like to keep his team in pole position for the race to Atlanta in Super Bowl 53.
Did New England win or lose? Do we know about that one yet?
That's still ongoing. Well, still up in the last minute by a couple of points.
Well, this is to keep that #1 seed still going.
It's going to be 43 yards for Butker.
Take us home, Jim.
This for the win. Harrison Butker's kick is wide of the mark, wide right.
Lamar Jackson, you have a reprieve. You get another chance. We got overtime. As if this game wasn't good enough.
The snap was not great.
Watch the snap and the hold. Oh, just kicks.
A little inside.
He does get it back up perfectly.
It's just fractions, you know. You throw a little bit of the timing off.
Yep, you're just a hair late then. It's
and
like a
he's
little block.
Missed for the second time today at that same end, both times wide right.
Oh my goodness! It just felt like it was about to end.
You could just feel it.
Everything just went to a crescendo there.
And now we're on to overtime.
Even Lamar's surprised. Wait, we're still playing? This is great. Mosley. Oh, I didn't give up the winning touchdown yet.
I think he thought for sure, too, he would make it.
This is a big coin toss, isn't it?
We will play one overtime period, a maximum of 10 minutes. If each team will have one opportunity to possess the ball, unless the team that first possesses the ball scores a touchdown or the defensive team scores a safety. Each team will be afforded 2 timeouts during this period, and all replay reviews will come from upstairs. Baltimore, you're the visitors. You'll call the toss.
Tails.
Number 73 calls
Baltimore
tails.
needs to win this toss.
It is ahead. They wish to have the football. Good luck, man.
Chiefs ball. Oh.
Yeah, they're happy about that. High-fiving it to the sideline. Baltimore will kick to Kansas City when the overtime commences in a moment. Just a 10-minute period these days. Touchdown or safety on the first possession ends the game. Score is tied after each team's first possession. The next score will win it. 2 timeouts. No coaches' challenges. They're all initiated by the replay official if necessary. Tremon Smith, the returner, as Tucker boots it away. And through the back of the end zone. So Mahomes has not participated in an overtime game in the NFL. He had one in his days in college at Texas Tech all the way back in 2016. A Red Raider win at TCU in overtime.
Well, this is interesting because I felt like Baltimore had to win the toss for 2 reasons. One, obviously, you want the ball. But 2, your defense was just out there. And they're tired.
Just gave up that 75-yard drive. There's a little pass over to Harris, the tight end. Harris wiggles around Clark to take it for 15. So all the way to the 40 already. 1 snap into OT.
Good design. Almost every one of the Chiefs' runs have the option to throw the ball to somebody on the play. And some of them look like play action. Some of them look like bootlegs, but they look the same, but they got a lot of options on them.
Running straight ahead with Williams. And Ravens, 3 of them combined on the tackle, including Brandon Williams after 2.
Gain of 2 yards on the play. Second down and 8 from the Chiefs' 42-yard line.
How you regroup after everyone in the building.
Oh, it's
But Butker would not get through.
I mean, you're exactly right. It feels like you can feel it in here, right? It's almost like a little nervousness now instead of this incredible emotional feeling. And
timeout, Kansas City. And I'm hearing the Dolphins have just scored with 7 seconds to go on New England on a long play.
Wow.
Which I know that New England had gone up by 5 with 16 seconds to go. Had the kick. In fact, let's get the update right away during this timeout. JB, tell us how it happened.
Jim, here's how it happened.
Unbelievable. Right now you can see Tannehill to Kenny Stills. Laterals it to Devontae Parker. Get it to the fast man Kenyon Drake. And the last man in there is Rob Gronkowski to be trying to deflect it at Hail Mary. He stumbles 69 yards. Miami a walk-off lateral. They win 34-33.
Jim Nance.
The play of the year in the NFL for sure is Hill makes the catch down to the 39.
Are you kidding?
That is a shocker.
I'm going to talk about this play real quick. Good back shoulder, good throw, great job by Mahomes. But can you believe what just happened at New England, Miami
against New England?
Unbelievable. I mean,
Miami against New England.
We thought we had the best play going on here.
Incredible. Oh. Amazing.
Welcome to December and January football. Wow, stuff's happening.
That game goes final with the Dolphins winning it to go to 7-6, which the Ravens come in here at 7-5, another team in the mix. Talking about Miami. Now Mahomes. Scott Hill out of bounds at the 23.
This is a great route. Tyreek Hill goes out, up, and then goes back to the sideline. I mean, he's gotten so much better as a route runner this year. That's been one of the biggest things about the improvement here for this team is his ability.
No one ever saw him as a wide receiver like that. The
specialty player.
Great. Yeah. What a player. 7 catches, 133 yards in this one. First down, 24 of Baltimore. Mahomes, middle of the field, and through the hands of Kelsey drop. A rarity in a pressure moment.
Oh, it's a good route. It goes up, gives him a little wiggle, and gets wide open. The ball's just a hair high. And the tough part is just barely behind him. And so it makes it a little bit tougher as you run the other way. But Kelsey makes those catches all the time. Well, here we go. You got to keep him out of the end zone, Baltimore.
Yep.
Kansas City. Stay aggressive. Field goals don't win anything here in overtime.
Second and 10. Mahomes in trouble. Finds the open valve. That's Williams breaking a tackle. And he takes it to about the 18. He got free from Judon. And it'll be third down coming up. Want to welcome some of the audiences just joining us. It has been a terrific game here in Kansas City. We're in overtime. The Chiefs had a chance to win it on the last play of regulation, but a missed field goal from 43 yards out by Butker, wide right. Send us to the OT. This is first possession of the extra session. It's a 3rd and 4 for the Chiefs from the Ravens 18. Gonna get the first with Hill out of bounds at the 12.
Well, this is similar to the touchdown play. Remember last time they had the back squirt out this way. Well, this time he goes right here and everyone goes over there. But instead of throwing to the back, they come back over to Hill. They made it look like the same as the screen play with 4 guys going to one side. And they come up with some good stuff.
And for those just joining us, if you're wondering, Mahomes, 369 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He really turned it on late in the 4th, didn't he?
Yes, he did. They had to have the drive, down 7 with 3 minutes to go, and he took them 75 yards. First down, spinning away, lost the ball! What a recovery by Eric Fisher. My goodness.
Going on in this game.
Around the league. What is going on? And watch it. I mean, Suggs has a chance to get it, and he overshoots it, overruns it. And alertly, look at Fisher, never give up, and pounce on it and keep him in field goal range back at the 26 instead of a change of possession.
Wow, this is crazy.
2nd and 23 with no Tyreek Hill on this play. Been banged up a couple of times today. Mahomes gets it over to Darrell Williams. Seeing his first action. First snap for Williams on offense. And he makes a play for 8. But it'll be 3rd down coming up.
Well, you can't pressure, can you, if you're Baltimore here? I mean, I know that's who you are, but Andy Reid's come up with some great design. This is going to be, I want to know what they're doing here. Just Andy Reid is going to call something for pressure look. And if you're Baltimore, don't just rush 3 guys. A 4th guy who's a spy on the quarterback.
Inside 5 minutes to go in the overtime. 3rd and 15. Mahomes has time, all kinds of time. Now buying time. Throws across his body, and it's over the head of everyone. And that'll bring Butker back onto the field. Boy, he got knocked down by Matthew Judon.
And that was a good job. Baltimore rushes 3 guys. Mahomes is trying to make a spot, figure out where to go and find a play. And ooh, he takes another hit. That hurts.
Just. Now Butker. This will be likely 35 yards for the lead. To take the lead. Again, this is the first possession of the overtime. So if he makes, the Ravens get a chance. They'll get a handle. It's going to be 36, actually. James Winchester to snap it to Colquitt. From the left hash mark. Here's Butker's kick. And it is good. Almost overcompensated for the misses to the right. And he found it about a yard in on the left upright.
He did. He snuck it in there. Look at, let's see, snap. A little inside again, but that ball just hangs perfectly. Well, Lamar Jackson, you get another chance.
A game that's almost impossible to just summarize in a few plays, but this was huge. 4th and 9, final minutes of regulation. They completed one for 48 yards and then scored on a 4th and 3 play. And then Jackson fumbled, only to lead to the missed field goal. So Lamar Jackson was spared with a giveaway that would have cost him the game.
But in this case is different, though. When he fumbled, it was difficult because you're asking him to run a 2-minute and 58 seconds to take it down to win. That's not his strength or skill set. Not yet, at least. So you almost have to play a little protection ball there. And they didn't, and they coughed the ball. Well, now you can play your style of ball. You got plenty of time.
It will not be a run back. Moore will take the touchback. And Lamar Jackson comes out. Again, we got a lot of audiences just joining us, and it's been a wild game here at Arrowhead with the current #1 seed in the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs, leading the #6 seed coming in, Baltimore, in overtime, 27-24. Jackson, 12 of 22 passing for 133 yards. He's also run for 65.
Oh, they're going to run the ball now. They saw what happened when they tried to pass it on every down.
Dixon for 3. Into the arms of Anthony Hitchens.
Kansas City is daring them to pass.
2nd and 7. You saw Flacco inactive on the sideline. And now with plenty of time down the field, interception would end it. Sorensen incomplete. Almost was able to make a play on the ball. If the Chiefs win, my goodness, how the landscape in the AFC I don't know if it changes so much as it kind of sets up January a little closer, because the Miami Miracle win, and again, Kansas City wins. Houston's lost to Indianapolis, so the Chiefs would look really good with 3 games to go to be the 1 seed if they can hold on and win it.
They win today. I think you're going to see them get the 1 seed unless a lot of craziness happens. This is a big game. With a loss, obviously, any other loss, New England would overtake them.
Here's a 3rd and 7. Try to pressure, and Jackson's able to get the pass to Snead to keep him going.
Wow, what a throw. Watch him move for the pocket, slide right, and the best throw of the game by Jackson right there under duress was Snead, and he comes down with the ball. And now, you're right back in phase. Here we go. And here comes RG3 in the game.
He's lined up one other time, has RG3 in the game as a receiver, and he is wide to the right this time.
They faked it to him last time. Do you give it to him this time and have a play off it?
Going away from him, it's Jackson as they get near midfield. Then you got the other thing. If this game ends up, we got 3 minutes to go in overtime. If they go down and kick a field goal, we end up in the tie.
Oh gosh,
my gosh,
my brain can't compute those type of numbers.
Well, for Kansas City, a tie with both Houston and New England losing would not be the worst thing in the world.
I don't know. I'm still lost. You can tell me after the game how that all
explain
computes.
it.
Here we go.
2nd and 4. And that's a 1st down carry by Dixon.
On the carry.
This is a tough decision again. I mean, we've had, you know, just sitting here thinking of situationally in this football game, there's been so many times that it's so difficult on a play caller. Bob Sutton here. To stop the run, you got to get almost into a cover 0 look, which is like an all-out man pressure. But you could also give up a touchdown doing that. But it is the way to stop the run here against this team.
1st down, Kansas City 47. In traffic for 2 more.
Do you give up the possibility of a touchdown, or do you just keep playing it like, oh, it'll give up a little bit, but you might give up a field goal then? Really difficult call.
2-minute warning in overtime. The Chiefs would clinch a playoff berth with a win or a tie. And again, with both Houston and New England losing, they would pick up a half a game on both of those teams if they did end up in a tie in this game. But still, the Ravens have some work to do. It's 2nd and 8, down 3, with 2 minutes to go in overtime. Jackson backing up, turn on the speed, and they got a flag on the field as he eventually turned that into no gain. Looks like it's been against Baltimore.
Offense number 79. 10-yard penalty. Keeps 2nd down.
How many times has John Harbaugh shaking his head today and been upset? You see the call. You can see the hold right there. It's a good call. He's holding Justin Houston.
2nd and 18. Back on the Ravens side of the field.
Okay. You got to throw the ball now. You got no choice. Lamar Jackson's got to step up and show you something right here if you're a Raven fan.
Here they come. Justin Houston's after him, and he gets to him with another flag down. D. Ford. Was it a face mask? What did you see?
I think it might be a hold. I thought it could have been a face mask too when he went down, but I think it's a hold.
Holding, offense number 74. This penalty's been declined. The result of the play creates 3rd down.
Fourth down, and you can see the hold that Hurst had.
Third.
No, they declined the penalty, so it's 3rd down then, sorry.
And Jackson is down on the field, and Griffin is getting warmed up.
And Baltimore's charged that timeout, and that was 2nd down, so now it's 3rd down and 22.
Whoa.
Oh, that's right, because they took the penalty on the hold before.
So Jackson comes out.
Oh, now this is, I think this is bad for Kansas City. Only because RG3 can, you know, you don't know, you haven't watched the tape on him. Who knows what they're going to call right here. You've seen Jackson the whole game.
Chris Jones, who earlier in this game had a sack for the 9th consecutive game, which is pretty amazing. Ford and Houston are warming up. Play clock's down to 3 as RG3 takes the snap on 3rd and 22. Buys some time and almost has it intercepted. We're down to 1 play.
RG3, just come on in and just make sure you get us a 1st down on 3rd and 22. You got 2 plays. And he actually had him for a second. The problem is, if you look at Brown, he was going to run out, and then he kind of started coming back up. Scandrick could have ended the game. Here it is. RG3 has to run over and get the play from the sideline. You got to block him up here. You got to use the tight end to block the edges. The quarterback needs time. The receivers need time to run 22 yards. Usually you call all go special. The tight end's the guy to watch.
Hold on, timeout first. And boy, were they ready to come across the line quickly. Houston and Jones
Timeout.
and others.
Kansas City.
Timeout called by the Chiefs. We were visiting yesterday with Lynn Dawson, the Kansas City legend, for your special, Tony, that's going to air the start of the day on Super Bowl Sunday. And we were jogging his memory on some of the great games. We brought up the longest overtime game in NFL history on Christmas Day in 1971, remember? That was Miami, which is such a big part of the story today around the league, against Kansas City, and it was 27-24 final. That's the score we have in this game. Miami won that one, but here we are with 1:39 to go, but more importantly, 4th and 22.
Well, you're going to watch the safeties. They should stay deep. Look at how many guys. 5 of them are way back there. You need to give him time. RG3 has got to scramble and buy time.
What a spot for Griffin to come into as he heaves it down the field, and it's incomplete. And the Chiefs have won it. Broken up by Kendall Fuller. Intended for Willie Snead right at the 1st down marker. And Kansas City takes it 27-24.
Let's see, does he get there early? Oh, that's a tough call. It was tight. He might have grabbed the back shoulder, but Fuller gets up, makes the play. Snead tries, and that was a great throw.
Kansas City
by RG3
is in the playoffs. Not that anyone didn't think they would be there in the end, but they've clinched it with this win.
How about the drive and the finish to this game by Patrick Mahomes? And Tyreek Hill coming on the one leg almost. It looked like he was hobbling most of that. And the disappointment, dejection by Baltimore. Those 2 guys, they really respect each other.